Sunday morning, my day off work, but can I take it easy? No, of course you can't take it easy, Alan. There's always something breaking around you. Today is heating day. And also I'm going to fix my gimbal. I'll show you that one later. First off, let's sort the flipping boiler out. Up here in the airing cupboard, the control panel, there should be a little red light on here to indicate that the heating is on. The little red light is off, which means the boiler should be shut off, but the boiler is still running all by itself, and so is the water pump still running. These things, as I stated in a previous video, they last about 6-7 years, then they take a shit. That's for the hot water, and this one here is for the heating, and there's a little lever on them. When they switch off, you hear this particular sound they make. Will it switch it off? No, it won't. What I have to do is keep moving the lever across. And hope that it shuts the boiler off, but it's not doing it. Sometimes I've had to do this for I don't know how long. Finally, that's after about the 10th time I've pushed the lever across, it's finally shut the water pump off. So now I can go down and the boiler in the kitchen should be off. A 0 and the burner is now off. I have been proactive. During the week I purchased a new motorised valve. So all I have to do now is isolate the power at the circuit breakers and then fit the new unit. Well, with the power disconnected, the control panel's off, the boiler's off. I have my trusty electrical screwdriver anyway. So I guess we shall have a go and get this off. There's only 4 wires to it, so which are there, and they go into this box here, and I know for a fact this is jam-packed with wires, so I shan't bother filming this, but obviously all I've got to do is connect these 4 wires up to the multi-plugs that are in there. Okay, I've taken the bottom screw out. There's our top one, and that should just come straight off. Okay. That is what it turns. It turns that little valve there, which stops the water from going through the pipe or opens the pipe up so the water can flow through it. I know the valve is okay because you can turn it. So these valves can seize up, then you've got to change the whole lot if you can't free it off, but I know these ones are perfectly fine. And the wiring cable which goes along into this box here, as you can see there's a lot of wires in there, so enjoy. Push the black sheathing of the wiring loom right the way through so I can pull the plug multi-block out so I can see clearly the 4 wires. And also to note that some of these blocks, there's multiple wires going in the back here, so sometimes it helps even to take a photograph of the wiring in case you make a mistake and you can't remember which wire goes where. You know, it can happen. I've just cut a section of the outer sheathing off so it gives my extra length on the wires to actually reach into the multi-plug, because the first time I ever done this I didn't do that, then realised, oh shit, the wires won't reach. So anyway, we're ready to rock and roll now, so I'll pop this on and then we'll see if our boiler works again. That's it, that's our last wiring in, nice and tight. Okay, let's see if we can line this up. We're on. Now that should and that should come back. There we go. So what I'm going to do now, put our circuit breaker back on, and I also switch the boiler off from the isolator switch, so I'll let it do its thing, settle itself out, and now I will switch the heating back on and hope it switches off automatically. Now I don't have this set so it puts the water and heating on at certain times of the day. I just press the boost button whenever I want heating or hot water. So one press for heating. That brings our heating on. The boiler should now kick in and everything should start working. Even before I got downstairs, the boiler is on. The little C indicates the boiler's active, and the LED, the solid LED, means the burner is on, so it's burning gas. In the living room we have the thermostatic control. It's reading 21.5 degrees. If I press this, it shows 23, so that's the temperature I want it up to. So it's cooling for heat. It actually says heat in there, I don't know if you can see that. So we shall let it do its thing, and hopefully everything will work fine. But the important thing is when the hour is up, because when I press that boost button it puts the heating on or hot water for 1 hour, then it should switch off. It should switch off the boiler and it should switch off the water pump. So I know it will, but I'm going to go through the motions anyway. Well, I can confirm, ouch, ouch, the radiators are cooking. So all I can do now is wait for the hour to be up, for it to switch off, to make... All right.
Morning. Handyman.
Were them plates from 3 days ago?
No.
I call this the hovel, Tyler's room. It's the gaming room. It's always dark. They've got the blackout curtains and all that. I have an idea. Rather than me wait for the hour to be up so it all switches off, I can switch it off from the control panel, which should in turn switch off the motorised valve, and that should do its that's the noise it will make when the control panel is switched off. So let's see what I'm going to have to press this twice. 1, 2. There. I hope the camera's microphone picked that up, but it made its and then it went boom, and the water pump is now switched off. Everything is off. Perfect. It works. Hurrah! The boiler is on a little bit of a timer. That will carry on going for a few minutes. Then that will eventually switch off and the little C will go to a 0. And the pump in this boiler will stop running as well. So I'll just hang on and wait for that to happen. While waiting for the boiler to switch off, I decided to use my DSLR, which I don't use anymore. It just reminds me of a bygone time now, when I used to walk around with one of these cameras. Now I don't even use them hardly ever anymore, but I keep it for sentimental reasons. I just use my mobile phone now because it just seems to work better. So what else can I say? I will let my DSLR watch the boiler and wait for it to switch off completely. Well, I thought, just out of interest, come on, out you come. Let's just take it apart and see what we can see. Oh, there's a little metal thingy-me-bob. In all honesty, there isn't much to see. What a waste of time. The wiring just comes in, goes inside the motor, and I can see the motor's crimped on, so it's a sealed motor. as they call it, a motorised valve. And that bit, yeah, that should come back. It's a bit quiet, the microphone probably isn't picking that up, but it does make a, yeah. But whatever goes wrong with this, after 7 years, it just decides not to switch the boiler off and the water pump. It just carries on going by itself. I mean, obviously there's lots of different central heating systems out there, and this house is just one particular type. But with these motorised valves, when they go wrong, you probably wouldn't even know, and that's the thing. The only way I knew that there was a problem, I was laying in bed one night, and this was years ago, and I could hear this like rumbling noise. And I thought, what the hell's that? Everything should be switched off. So when I went and investigated into the airing cupboard, I noticed the water pump was still working, and I thought, why is that working? All the heating and water switched off. So I come downstairs, I go to my boiler, and I notice that the boiler is still on. It's not burning any gas, the burner isn't on, but you can hear the pump running inside the boiler. And I thought, that's bizarre. So obviously when I looked into it and I've done a bit of research, I found out that, hey, these motorised valves are an issue. So I replaced it and it cured the problem, and I've known ever since. But if you didn't know, and if you're not aware, these things could run faulty for forever, I guess, for some people maybe, and they'll never know. Because every time you put your heating back on, the heating works. The heating works fine. It's just that it doesn't switch off. That's in my experience anyway. For other people it may be different, I don't know. But anyway, job's a good one. I have the other one to change now, which I'll do probably next month, because I know that one's going to take a dump shortly anyway. Anyway, I'm still waiting for the boiler to switch off. So when it does, I'll let you know what happens. The pump has just wound down in the boiler. And by the way, just to let you know, this house was built in 2009 when this boiler was installed. It was 2023 I actually had a problem with this boiler for the first time. Something to do with the ignition system destroyed the ECU, the control unit. And in the end I had the actual main dealer out for these particular Ideal boilers. He put a new wiring loom on the boiler because it was a bit burnt on the terminals. He fitted a new ECU and various other components to do the ignition system to ignite the gas. But I have to say, for practically 14 years or more, 15 years, it's been absolutely ideal. He looked at the burner and everything inside this boiler, and he said it's in really good condition. So I will say it's been a very good boiler. I don't know, other people may have had horror stories of them, but for me, it's seen me very well indeed. I've had no complaints really, apart from that one time. And after like 14, 15 years, it's kind of understandable. It'd probably need a little bit of an overhaul. And it cost me less than £400, to be honest, to actually get it fixed by the dealer as well. And I was well happy with that, and it is serviced and all good to go again. So happy days. So there you go. I can confirm I wore my spectacles when I connected the old wiring back together. I have done it right. I haven't put no wires where they shouldn't be. I haven't caused no fires. I haven't burnt the house down. I haven't blown no fuses. Everything is working perfectly as it should be. So, on that note, I shall end the video. See you in the next one. Adios.